Hashtag no music, no intro. We are back. Saints Block Party Podcast coming at you late Wednesday night. And it is the week before, well, not a week exactly, but next week is the NFL Combine, starting essentially next Tuesday, going through next weekend. And Adam here, joined by my co-host, my partner, my pal, Ryan, aka Wolf, here. Another episode breaking down NFL Combine next week. You have NFL free agency on the horizon, and we are, as always, SBP Saints Block Party Podcast brought to you by Precious Works LLC. Reach out to our guy Bajan for all your website needs. And I should probably add, it's his first time you're listening to the show. You know, we've had this podcast going for six plus years now. We've covered the Saints in all capacities in terms of Senior Bowls, Pro Days, Combine for the first time last year. And then we're also happy to report we put it on social media last week, but got credentialed again by the NFL. So I will be in the building next week, Indianapolis, and shout out to our guy Jake, who is going to be able to come and help out,
much
content as well, because as I am now a fresh 38 years old, it is just something that I don't think I've shared on the podcast, so I'll go into a whole bunch about. Like last year, going into this year, I've had some occurrences with plantar fasciitis in my left foot. The worst was in October of last year, where I literally feel like it was terrible to walk. Like I could barely walk for a couple of days, and then it kind of reared its head again we're in January last month. So it made me think back to that whole Jimmy Graham playoff game against the Seahawks.
I know, right?
And him playing, and like I remember blocking people way back then for like calling him soft for like how he played. And like, I don't even know how long ago that was, but like fast forward to 10 plus years later, like I'm going like I have an issue on
football.
Bro, I'm like my 38 rotund ass could just getting around. Like since this issue, I have invested in shoes, custom insoles, have seen a podiatrist, have gotten a shot in my foot, have gone through like a litany of things to ensure that, God forbid, like it doesn't come back, because it is a terrible feeling to like be like to like not be able to like walk properly. Like it sucks. Makes you feel real old real quick. And the fact that he was like playing in the NFL playoff game with plantar fasciitis against the Legion of Boom defense, I wish I could go back in time and like re-block those people all over again, nigga.
Those fans call them soul for life. Soul fans. Seriously?
You had prime Bobby Wagner and Cam Chancellor, and this nigga South. Bro. Get heated, Wolf. Jake said, Adam, we aren't built for this combine life anymore. Last year, the Yahoo guys had me downtown at 2 a.m. and it felt like 9:30, bro. Combine different, bro. Combine is.
I can't wait to experience it, man.
So I'm just hoping for next week. Like all I'm hoping for is like, man, it's a lot of standing. It's a lot of standing around. You got a lot of podiums. I'm just praying that shot in my foot holds up. I got my custom shoes. So anyhow, being that the combine's next week, this episode really, we wanted to kind of dive into, what we're looking for, like in terms of prospects at the combine. Also, free agency is literally around the corner. It's like what, 2+ weeks away. Free agency officially starts on the 11th. The tampering period opens up, I believe, on the 9th, if I remember the date correctly. And that's the fun about the combine, is those, being downtown in downtown Indianapolis at 2 a.m., 1 a.m., midnight, if you're at the right hotel, bar, wherever you are, you don't know who you might be running into, who might have had too many drinks, who.
Yep. It's chatty patty.
That's the best. That's like what the combine is great for, besides its actual purpose. Jason in the chat said the Kendra Miller of Saints podcasting. Although I feel like that's too like I have been reliable for 6 years.
You show up at least. You know what I'm saying?
Not like I had one practice and had to like tap out and like Dante, you got to carry me for the next 5 months.
Just old, bro. I'm battling like a flu. Not a flu, but I don't know what it is. Some kind of bug. I done caught Mardi Gras, some shit. We just washed, bro. Just washed up, man.
Happy belated Mardi Gras. I'm glad you were able to get in and out of New Orleans without being assaulted by Shia LaBeouf.
My God. That shit hilarious, bro.
Terrorizing the city, Wolf.
Hey, man. He just living that New Orleans life, bro, you know? Full experience.
It is a full circle moment because the most inebriated I've ever been on this podcast was Bucks Saints, had to be 2021. And I don't know if it was a Thursday night football game or the PJ Williams interception game, but I just remember like posting that video of him like in the car vibing out with the joint and I just said like, and I just remember my tweet being if the Saints beat the Bucks on Sunday, like, and then I proceeded to get on that podcast, that recap, and I was lit, nigga. Like I was lit. I miss those days, bro. Need them days back. Need them days.
They coming back, baby.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully. When you think about the combine, when you think about NFL free agency, at least this batch of NFL free agency, like what is like kind of like the first thoughts that kind of come to mind, and how it obviously ties into the Saints and where they currently are.
Man, just like the amount of work that needs to be done, they have just call them holes is like not even a proper term. Like they're not holes. They're like they need to like build a new company almost. Like, you know what I'm saying? And they got the foundation in place.
Mm-hmm.
With the hires last year, Kellen Moore, his staff, potentially got the quarterback. At least for this year, you got the quarterback. It potentially looks like he could be the quarterback of the future. So like that, you got left tackle, right tackle. Like you got a lot of pieces in place. It's like you got like the top level of your company together, but now it's time to like build that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So
add on to it.
That's what they got to do, bro. Free agency interesting because it's like it's deep at certain parts. It's interesting when you look at like the free agency and you look at the draft and how they like tie together. It's deep as hell at running back. Whereas, like, the draft is not, like, super deep at running back. Wide receiver in free agency is kind of like, some decent weapons, but nothing like, no, like, big star power. Defensive tackle is super thin. Edge rusher is, like, deep, man. And it's deep in the draft. Like, so it's like, how will that play? You know what I'm saying? Like, how will that affect each other? It's going to be fascinating to just see how it all plays out.
What's interesting is that the draft, like, this is not a good offensive line draft at all.
No.
And free agency, like, you haven't, like, essentially, like, the entire, like, Brown offensive line pretty much going to be in free agency, which is utterly wild to me, bro. Like, I don't know. I mean, I understand how Andrew Berry kept his job, but that's, like, how do you not even have the foresight to plan, like, hey, like, hey, guys. Hey, do we not realize this entire O-line?
I just don't understand. Like, what was your plan? Like, what was
like, entire O-line is going to be free agents in 2026? Like, is that so there's that component. So, like, not saying like if you need a guard, like maybe you can't get one in round 3 or round 4, but like this isn't the draft for that. So the team and offensive line is just so finicky where. Like, either you're gonna have to overpay for offensive line, especially if you're the Saints. Like, if you're wanting a David Edwards, a Ed Ingram, whoever. Like that is going to take money for them to, to be signed. But then it's also like, okay, well, what if that wave? Like, what if you miss out on the wave? And that's where I go to that whole component of that pro scouting. Like, and we haven't really seen it like a whole bunch, but Justin Reed, okay, whatever. Like Kellen banged the table for him and what have you, but like the signing right now is like okay, whatever. They haven't really been in a position to really like the Chase Young. Obviously, that was more last season, but that's paying dividends. But when this team was truly thriving, it was a combination of both having great draft classes or good to great draft classes, but then also having like a move where it's like, hey, Demario Davis, he's with the Jets, with the Browns, back to the Jets. We feel like there's potential. Like I just feel like this team hasn't had a move like that in Lord knows how long. Like at least free agency, maybe like trade wise, but like a straight free agency signing. Cannot tell you how long it's been where I feel like it's been like they've had a move like that in free agency.
Where they just finding like a gem, like oh wow, ain't nobody saw that one coming, like they need that. They need to get back to that, and I really think they really need to put their best scouting hats on if they go looking for interior offensive line. Like they need to really dig in because nobody knows. Like us fans, and we're not cracking the tape of. I'm guard.
I'm not.
Some guard. I'm trying. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this shit. Like, bro, I watch the Saints. Like, I watch the Saints offensive line. That's it. I'm not doing nobody else.
I knew I had a sickness when I watched the All-22 of Luke Faulkner when they traded for him the preseason, and then I was like questioning myself, like,
sick man.
Like, am I okay? Am I okay? Like, am I okay? Right? But like, even then after that, I was like, man, I can't. Like, okay, here's what I asked you, or we're on the subject. If they sign let's say they sign David Edwards, Ed Ingram, I don't know, Wyatt Teller. I'm just throwing out like free agents at the guard position. Are we doing like a breakdown? Are we doing a Dave Edwards? Are we doing an Ed Ingram? Like you watch it 2 3.
I don't know, bro. I may do a game. Like I may do a game and just see. You know what I'm saying? The thing I'm most interested in is the run blocking, honestly. Like I want to see. I'm hoping they bring in somebody that just adds value as a run blocker because they just don't have it right now. Like Ruiz, even Ruiz at his best is a awful run blocker. At his best. Terrible. At his best, he's like a solid pass protector and an awful run blocker. At his worst, he's just awful at everything. You know, so and that's what we got. And then you got Redun's over there. He's going to be a free agent. So we really don't have any left guard right now. We have nobody.
Left guard. So, what you talking about, bro? They got Salsa Verde. What are you talking about, Ryan?
Salsa Verde. Got Hopkins, like maybe I expect them to like let him compete there, but you need like I can't remember where I saw the stat. I think it was New Orleans. Yeah, Nick Underhill. Like I think they average like 3.3 yards per carry, like just from the interior, from B gap to B gap. 3.3 yards per carry, like the 32nd in the league. Like just the worst. It's just like they need to address that shit badly. But so I'm hoping it's like day one free agency.
That also like just matches like the eye test, right? Like it just like it is. It
doesn't shock you. It's like
no, that checks out.
and unfortunately, it's like all the players have to suffer for it. Like, and I'm not about to like just go on like defending Alvin Kamara or nothing because he's a 30-year-old running back, and his time is coming to an end. But like I see people talk about Kamara like, oh man, he was so washed last season. I'm like, Kamara was normal Kamara, honestly. Like,
right,
what he was running behind was just absolute garbage. And what he did get with that line, like he was making it happen. When you go back and watch, he was making shit happen out of nothing. And that's just what the line was. Now he doesn't have the burst he used to have, or the agility to get on the outside and make a couple of guys miss. And that's just what he doesn't have anymore. That's what we need. We need that juice. That's why we've been screaming for juice. But it also you got to fix that interior, bro. Because if you don't, it really don't matter who they sign or draft as a running back.
And as as well as Shuck played last season, like it's just been a whole for. But what is interesting, I know the line was different in certain ways, and I don't know how much of this goes to show like talent versus coaching. The first 2 weeks last season with Clint Kubiak.
First two.
And I'm just saying, like, you know, obviously they didn't have Banks, but
nigga,
like
we had Ruiz on the highlight. Nigga.
That's why. So is that like obviously talent is a fundamental problem in that, but also like they go hand in hand, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's like, and it's on me for not bringing this up. I've been meaning to bring it up, and I've been forgetting about it. Is Kellen, like, can he not get on the phone to see if maybe Jeff Stoutland wants to come help the offensive line with the Saints? Like, am I missing something? Am I missing something, Wolf?
Maybe he did. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's something maybe. We're sorry.
Straight to voicemail.
But to your point, maybe he did. Maybe we don't know. Maybe that's something I'll ask tomorrow, or tonight. But you had this offensive line guru where you're the OC, and you coach Saquon to run for. Did you run for 2,000 last season? Am I tripping?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, I'm not saying obviously the Saints don't have the talent that Eagles offensive line has, but one of like the secret sauces, you know, that Jeff Stoutland has had is his coaching and development with offensive linemen. So I would just be fascinated to see, since the Eagles didn't retain him, but it's also weird because it wasn't clear if he's still with the Eagles in just like a much lesser capacity. Or I don't know. But
I don't know.
If you're Kellen and you work with them, you had him for, you know, a season, like I would just venture like that's like worth a call or a text to be like, hey bro, like, you know,
shit, even if it's just coming in for like a advisory role or some shit, you know,
something. Something. So one thing I wanted to talk about this combine is there are some prospects that, and it's college football and just how the draft cycle now is just so different, just in that of, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be this way, but it's very like a la carte in terms of like what a prospect, where they choose, like what drills they choose to do, whatever. And we're always a component of like checking the tape, but let's talk about a very popular prospect for the Saints. I think the combine, and probably more importantly like his pro day, but at least starting to get an idea of the combine, is like a Ruben Bain, edge rusher from Miami, right? We're going to find, like, when I say we, I mean like quote unquote the world is going to finally know, okay, this is exactly what his height, weight is. This is what his arm, like his you know, wingspan. His arm length is. I don't know if he's going to work out in Indy. I feel like he's the type of competitor that would just want to go out and just do every fucking drill because he's just built that way. But his agent might be like,
nah, bro.
Whoa, buddy.
Like, you just played how many games? You don't need to do that shit.
Whoa, buddy. But the combine, like a player like him, I think it starts to become a crucial piece of the puzzle to kind of figuring out. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying who Ruben Bain is or what he is, but like you just know how the NFL is just in regards to their prototypes, you know, just in general.
And look, man, like I know us as fans, a lot of us poo-poo it, but it means something. It means something, bro. If like, you know, 99% of successful edge rushers are within this range of measurements, and you're not in that, it's like, you know, it like you got some digging to do. It's not saying like, okay, he's just off the board, we're not looking. It just means you got to think a little closer. Like you gotta understand, okay, this will be an outlier. If he's an outlier, why will it work? If he's gonna be an outlier, why would this work in the NFL? And you got to come up with those reasons and justify it. You know,
it's different, but it's exactly what they did when they drafted Christian Boyd. Like it's identically what they did when they drafted Christian Boyd, because he was such an outlier in terms of like his height, weight, his measurables of like defensive tackles or even nose tackles that they've drafted historically almost in the last 20 years. But I'm assuming the situation where they loved his tape so much where they had to reconcile.
Right.
Okay, we see it, but this is not what we go. It's not what we go for. Yeah. So like, how can we?
A lot of work with him.
Yep. A lot of work with him, bro. A lot of work with him. So I think Ruben Bain's a very interesting prospect. I'll stick with the offense. Not offense. I'll switch over to offense. The Malachi Lemon thing, and I don't know if he's going to work out at the combine. When USC announces his pro day, I'm going to be on it. Try to get those credentials to be at the pro day. But speaking of outliers, 5'11" receivers who this is not me trying to poo-poo him as a prospect. I'm just giving like the rundown. 5'11" receivers that may not run quote unquote super fast in the 40, just historically, not just for the Saints, just historically, don't get drafted like top 15. Like they don't.
It just don't.
And I'm not saying that's right. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just speaking the facts that it's not a thing that the NFL historically has done. Even Brandon Cooks, who was, and I'm not trying to compare them like body wise, but like even Brandon Cooks, who was like a shorter receiver, like ran a blazing fast 40. Blazing fast 40. And he went like 24. Oh my God. Did I get that? Oh my God. I'm sick. Please send help. All that to say, a player like Malachi Lemon, like the combine, and again, the pro day is going to be so important for him. And if he goes out, I'd be very interested to see if he goes out and chooses to like do everything. Like if he does all the drills, I'm gonna be like, I will be very tuned in.
I would love it too. I would love it, man, if he does that. And look, if he goes out there and run like a 4.5, I remember people had a lot of questions about Justin Jefferson when he was coming out because he was mainly a slot at LSU, and people was like, how fast is he really, And then he ran like a 4.43 or something like that. It was like, oh, okay. And
did he?
Yeah, he ran he's a 4.43 or 4.45. Yeah, it was like, oh, okay.
Which is funny because like his playing speed
is not that. It's not that. But it just gave like the NFL people just like that check mark when it was like, okay, well he meets that measurable. You know what I'm saying? He meets that
4.43 on the dot, 6'1".
So and he's 6'1", you know what I'm saying? So you understand Malachi Lemon, he's 5'11", maybe shorter. You just don't see guys that are like under 6 feet and 4.5s. Mid 4.5s, they don't get drafted.
Man, I'm trying to think like Tavon Austin.
Tavon Austin ran a blazing.
I know. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like
you got, if you short, okay, but you got to have that speed component.
You got to run, bro.
You got to run. But the thing is, like when I watch the tape, I mean, he's fast, bro. It's just like you just could tell he's not like track speed fast. Like you know what I'm saying? So I'm so fascinated because I love the tape, bro. I started peeking at the All-22 early, just like I haven't. I don't know. I haven't yet. I was like, I don't know if he's gonna come up on a prospect of the week.
Oh, so he will.
I'm like, man, I just love this motherfucker. Everybody that watch him you're just like, well, this dude a dog. It's just gonna be so fascinating.
That's exactly the word I was gonna use to describe him. Just a dog, bro. I don't tell you exactly what's gonna happen, bro. Just because the NFL is dumb. He's probably gonna slip in the draft. Probably go to like a team like the Vikings makes a lot of sense. Like pair him and they got Jordan Addison, but I think the Vikings will be very very quick to move on from Jordan Addison. Like he's not saving them. So he's just one of those type of players. Like and like I don't know if it's gonna happen just because his tape is so impressive, but his measurables could be where he's like top of round 2, like in the like sitting there like 33, 34. Now I think some team will. I'm just saying it wouldn't shock me just in terms of just what he may run. Jake said Neighbors only did the pro day, 6 feet, 200 pounds, 42-inch vertical, and a 4.35. Yeah, bruh. Like you got to have like something.
Yeah.
Like something. A player that I think positively, like a positive player, and who I think could not shake up the combine, but it's one of those. It's oh god, you know what I'm talking about.
Panthers guy.
Anyway, you know what I'm talking about because it's like the Anthony Barr thing. Like, you don't count it twice. But David Bailey is a player where he was already on Bruce Feldman's.
Josh Norris.
Thank you. Thank you. It was driving me crazy. He was already having he was already on Bruce Feldman's preseason freaks list prior to the college football season last season. Bro, he might go in Indy and put on a show, Wolf. Like, he is an athletic freak. Like, freak.
Yeah, bro. And the thing is, you could see it, too.
Yes. It wouldn't shock me to see him test not the same, but test very similar to how Shamar Stewart tested last season, but have the tape to back it up.
Yep, I can completely see that. And it's interesting because you start to see his draft stock start to rise a little bit as we get deeper into the process. I think Dane Jeremiah had him go second overall to the Jets. The leapfrog Ava Reese, and it's starting to notice Ava Reese is just starting to take a dip.
Said it in the Discord, bro. Said it in the Discord.
It's just what happens because the thing is with David Bailey is you don't really have to project him as a pass rusher at all. Like, he has tons of tape as a bending the edge pass rusher.
Ooh, he bends that. Ooh, he bends it, Wolf. He bends it, bro.
He just bent over. He just doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Ava Reese, he's got snaps like that this year, but there's still the production isn't there yet. Now, obviously, you can see the talent, but it's okay, I got to project him a little more.
And
so
he's
you can think
yep.
If your team is if you're a team like the Jets, you man, I need somebody to come here and rush the pass. Nah, I can't be fighting around with developing and hoping. I need some. So I can understand a David Bailey going, it's just gonna be so fascinating, bro, just to see if these dudes go out there and actually perform.
That's the part.
It's come on, bro. What happened to the game I love, bro? Go out there.
Who? I don't know if. I think it was Daniel Jeremiah who said it. I don't know when he said it at some point during the draft cycle last season, but it's the round 2 guys, people who the players who are probably going to be drafted round 2, round 3. They don't have a choice, pretty much. They got to go out. They go out and do that. But if you potentially a top 15-ish pick, bro, a top 15 pick, it's 50-50.
Combine turning the damn Senior Bowl, bro.
Damn, bro.
It's But then on the flip side, though, this draft is so there's really just a few guys that are okay, these are definitely going, the top couple of picks.
Yes.
Everything else is just kind of wide open. So that makes me hope that dudes gonna go into the combine they trying to solidify their spot. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really a wide open draft, honestly.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a couple of players out to you and ask you if you think they're gonna work. When I say work out, I mean do a good majority of the drills, on the field drills, and the the 40 vertical, all that. Okay. Carnell Tate.
I don't think he's gonna run. I think he's gonna do something. He's gonna measure. But I don't think he's gonna run.
Okay. See, I can see him running just because he seems insanely competitive to me too.
And it's why not, bro? Because we know you're gonna run fast. It's I don't think you have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I think to me he looks like an easy 4, 5 ish in that range of where he's gonna run. Jake said some got the bad advice. It's too clustered at these positions, and you don't want to be the 6-1 in the cloud. It's a good point.
Yeah.
Here's a big one. I don't think he will. And if he does, I think he does at his pro day. Jeremiah Love.
Oh, no, I don't think he will at all.
No,
I don't think he will.
Nope.
It'd be awesome if he did, though.
He seems very much like we'll do what Ashton Genty did last season to work out at his pro day.
Like he knows he's the number one running back.
Yes.
How high will he go? Who knows? But
who knows?
He like staying on it. Look at my tape.
Caleb Downs.
I think he will, bro.
I think he will too.
I think he got something to prove. Like I think he has he wants to prove like, okay, I mean I know, like my tape nice and all that stuff, but let me show you I'm a freak too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't no nigga. I'm not like a try hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here like a try hard. I'm an athlete.
Bro, don't let Caleb Downs go out there and put on a show at Indy, bro. Don't let Caleb. Don't let Caleb do it, bro. Don't let him do it, bro. One of the most fascinating players to me, who I think could really shake up how people expect this draft top 10 to go, is Mansour Delane.
Great one.
Because, and I don't know if he's gonna run or what he might do at the combine. But if he is able to get and because like his size is, but if he's able to hit like a 4.3 at his size, I have been told if he's able to get like a 40 close to like the 4.3, he could go top 5. Like legitimately could go top 5. And I think that would shake up a lot of draft boards, because if you just look at mock draft, like you're not seeing Delane being drafted top 5. And so he has a lot to potentially gain if he goes out and just and blazes and has a great combine, especially like with his 40 time.
Yeah, and I think he should run, bro. Like he should. It's the one position out of all of them where the 40 time does actually matter.
Ooh,
like it does.
Yes, it does.
You got to be as a cornerback, you have to be as fast as the fastest person you're running against. You know what I'm saying? So, you could, as a wide receiver, you could be a 4.6 wide receiver and be productive. But if you're a cornerback, you don't know who you got to cover. You might have to cover a 4.2 guy on this side and a 4.6 guy on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to match their top speed. And so it's to me, if I'm him, I would run it. And I think he has a chance, because they haven't been a lot of corners to go high recently. Like last year, who was the first corner to come off the board?
That's a good point. I'm
trying to think. There's none in the top 10. I know Will Johnson went in the second round, right?
Second round. Yeah.
Shit, I don't even. Who was the first corner? I can't even remember. Somebody in the chat come up with it. But it's like there just haven't been those stud corners that come out recently.
Yeah.
So Delane could really solidify himself.
It feels like the last draft was the draft party we did in Las Vegas in 2022, where Stingley went 4 to the Texans, and I think Stingley went 2 or 3, and then Sauce went to 4 to the Jets. So, those were that was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Was the last time corners got drafted, incredibly high, in the top 10. Well, maybe, yeah, for sure, where it's a stacked draft like that.
When did the Seahawks corner come out?
Devin Witherspoon.
Yeah,
that was right after the Broncos trade, the Rush trade. He went. Yeah, he was a 5th overall pick in 2023.
Okay,
so that was the last
high one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the league thirsty, bro. League thirsty for some corners, man.
Which is funny because he didn't work out at all during his pre-draft process because he was injured. He didn't do anything. He didn't do pro day. He didn't do combine. It was straight tape. DB said, "Damn, it's been a while since a top corner prospect has came out." Yeah, at least having a prospect that has the ability to be drafted top 10, top 5. It's been 3 years essentially. Jake said, "I need those field drills. That's when I fell in love with Sinker." Vernell Thomas said, "I do like Love. I think we should get the use that eighth pick on receiver or defensive end. Let that running back from Penn State, like I don't know, Penn State Singleton in later rounds." There's just like this abject like feeling for people not wanting to draft a running back at 8.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything you can do to break them out of that, man. Like some people are just like, they're just like, I don't want to run it back at 8. It's like, why not? Why not? Damn it! Like, that's not fun to you. Like that is fun, man. Y'all don't remember drafting Reggie Bush at 2? No, I'm not saying Jeremiah Love is Reggie Bush, but I'm just saying, like, just the injection of fun, man. But I'm from NFL. Like, running back used to be the position, man. It was like
shit. I remember
running back and
Cadillac Williams and Ronnie Bell went both from Auburn, bro. Like,
yeah.
Anyhow, yeah, it's just that's a different conversation. Shout out to our dude Rod, $4.99 super chat. He asked, with the way NIL has been trending in the portal, how long do you think the combine still exists for top prospects?
That's a good question, man. I think NIL just changing up everything, bro. I don't know. I can't predict how all that shit gonna look, bro, because it's just different. You got dudes fighting not to go to the league, bro. Like please don't let me go to the league.
That Trinidad Chamberlain shit was nasty, bro. Like that's some of the biggest like running from the Guam. Like, I don't care, bro. Like, this is old man yelling at the clouds. Like, that shit was nasty, bro. Nigga was in court. Joe Judge, or it was. But I just get me. What are we doing?
In court in a little bulk town in Mississippi somewhere. That's the sign of the fate of his career.
Nigga talking about his tonsillitis is keeping him. All right, nigga. We done lost the plot, nigga. We done lost the plot. I am the biggest Trinidad Chambliss hater next season you'll ever see, bro. I never wish an injury in a player, but like nothing but like I wish nothing but like the biggest downfall. Like,
you better go to the Browns, nigga. I can't wait to go to the Jets.
Go get a job, Negro. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Oh, that shit had me hot. Anyway,
but the thing is, like, when I've just come to look at it, like, you just got to look at college like an extra pro league.
Yeah.
It's just a pro league. Like, don't even think about the college portion of it. It's a separate league where you can make money. And so now they have options, They didn't have options before. It was like, you go to the NFL to make money or you play for free in college. That's just not the way it works anymore.
It's not the way the landscape is. Let's take a break right here. Well, before we take a break, anyone else prospect-wise for this combine that you...
I got one. Sonny Styles. Another favorite of a lot of people. I think he's going to... I don't know if he's going to work out. I think he should, because he could, like... I think he would be like a freak. You know what I'm saying? Like a big freak. He was a safety, right?
He played for... Yeah, he used to be a safety before moving to linebacker. So that tells you a lot.
Yeah. So I think he could go... He can go there and he can make himself some money. I don't know how high he could go. I know he's being mocked in the top 10. Still struggling to see like a off-ball linebacker.
Can't see it, bro. Like, I'm not... That has nothing against him.
It's just the league, bro.
And I'm not... And, we had this discussion in our Discord with Cole. Like, I saw, like, I understood why a Roquan Smith went top 10. He was like one of my favorite linebacker prospects I've ever scouted. Same thing with, Patrick Willis, et cetera. Like, that's one of the literally like the prototype for one of the best linebacker prospects you're gonna see. And even he went like 11 to the Niners. I can't put Sonny Styles, for me, this is me. I can't put Sonny Styles at that Roquan Smith-ish like level of linebacker prospects where I could like understand the justification of maybe him being drafted top 10. And that has nothing to do with him like as like a football player. Like I think he's a phenomenal football player, but
and it's also team specific. Like the Ravens, the Bears, the Niners, they really value the linebacker position. You know what I'm saying? And some teams just the Rams. The Rams don't give a shit about linebackers.
Give two shits, bro.
Eagles, they don't draft. I mean, now they've started to like address it recently, but they usually don't draft guys. So it's like it's one of those things where I don't expect him to go top 10, but I do expect him to like perform well at the combine.
He strikes me as like a top 15 player. The teams that make the most sense, I'm gonna tell you the teams that make the most sense for him, to me. Dallas. Someone said this in our Discord.
Yep.
Miami, who just hired Jeff Hafley, defensive coordinator. Like those, like are the teams that like scream like a Sonny Styles team to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Trying to think, is there any other player just combine wise that just had like got me peaked?
Jordan Tyson. You think he works out? His medical is going to be everything. That's what they can't wait to poke on him. Stretching everything. Oh, you feel this? Oh. twisting his foot to see that hurt. You know how they used to do the thing where they like hit your knee with the hammers, like
the reflexes, bro. Man, not that it has anything to do with his medicals, but like I think just as optics, it would be so great if he actually like went out there and worked out. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't it? I mean, it really would. Like if I'm his agent, well, I probably wouldn't be a good agent, but if I'm his agent, I'm like, man, go out there and kill it. Like, go out there.
You be a terrible agent. You'd be like Master P when he's trying to be an agent.
Exactly. I don't need that guaranteed money. Boy, you better work for that shit.
Go out there and put a show on. Niggas know who he is, nigga.
Terrible agent, bro.
Oh. I think it would be great optics if he did work out. I just can't see it, bro. Like I don't see it. Like that screams very much how, Tetairoa McMillan was last. But the big difference, as opposed to last year with Tet, where he was obviously the, undisputed wide receiver one, but then like there was a late push for like Matthew Golden late, but it was really like Tet, whatever.
It was Tet, yeah.
There's this bunch at wide receiver one, bro.
It really is.
If you it's funny because like their names are close, like their last names are close. Man, if you seeing Alontae going out there, he out there do the gauntlet, he catching everything, he out there putting a high vertical, and then he go out there and he run like a 4.40. You over there like, and then like you not doing anything, and then it's like,
yeah.
So like it feels very like it could get to the point where it feels very, Michael Irvin, what are you prepared to do type of thing. Like, go out there, put a show on.
Get it, man.
I would love to see Jordan. I would love to see Jordan Tyson. And here's the thing, man. If you watched our Prospect of the Week series, whether you're watching on patreon.com/Saints Block Party, or you're watching the condensed version that are now on YouTube, we're working on the audio up for those as well. As long as if they draft Lemon, Tate, Tyson, I don't care which one, bro. I don't care. I'm almost about to get us fucking canceled. About to be like, which one of y'all is coming home with SBP? with the little melody. Do you have your passport?
Do you have your passport?
Why is that so catchy, Wolf?
Hey, that man know how to write a hit, bro. I don't care what nobody say.
Go to hell, bro. Anyway, you got your shot. We are going to take our break right here. We're going to come back. We're going to talk free agency primer. It's a little, when we say primer, we're going to keep it condensed, within 15, 20 minutes, just regards to the upcoming free agency. We appreciate y'all joining us. We'll be back right after this break. Yo, what up, Wolf? What are you looking at?
Man, I'm checking out this website. This site is cheeks, bro.
In 2025? How do you have a crappy website? Couldn't be me.
They need to hit up our guy Bijan with Precious Works. Precious Works offers to not only build you a website that's tailored to you and your customers' needs, but also to continue to manage and maintain it so you can focus on your business. Don't have much time? Precious Works is just what you need. No out-of-the-box stuff like Squarespace or Wix. Precious Works will create a site for you. You won't have to worry about plug-in updates, security, or things like that because Precious Works will maintain all of that and be available to you 24/7. Bijan set up Saints Block Party Podcast website for us a few years ago and hit it out the park. He also keeps it up to date and helps us anytime we want to add something new like a form or the prospect matching tool that we did for the NFL draft. It's like having your own personal developer just a text or a call away. Precious Works has worked with everyone from small businesses to large firms, so no job is too big or too small. If you're in the need of a website or you currently have one, but you want to upgrade it, give Bijan a holler at Precious Works. You can get with him at Bijan at Precious Works, Bijon at precious.works, or go to precious.works for his website. Make sure to tell him Saints Block Party sent you.
Okay. We are back. Who asked this? Our dude Scotty asked me where I got the hoodie from, or this 2-3 years ago from the Nike store. I don't even know if they have. Fun fact, just in terms of you want to know how much they listen to us. I remember I wore this hoodie during a podcast episode one time, and then Wolf, after the episode, he was like, "Oh, that's a nice hoodie." And then the next morning, he has a targeted ad. I don't know what it was on Facebook or whatever.
Sure did.
For the exact hoodie. So
it's watching, bro. They watching.
Anyhow, free agency around the corner, a couple of weeks away. You have the franchise tag. I believe that deadline is the 3rd. Yeah, the deadline to believe the tag is March 3rd. I want to hit on the Alontae thing just really quickly, and then we can kind of talk more freely about free agency. Obviously, Ross Jackson put, something out regarding Alontae and if the Saints were to he's really the only viable player that they could tag. And if they do tag him, he would carry a cap hit of $21 million. Saints ain't about to do that. Saints ain't about to tag Alontae at $21 million. But just that conversation of what to do with him, where are you in terms of Alontae's future with the Saints?
It's a very fascinating situation because as frustrating as Alontae Taylor is, losing him does create a hole. It
does.
It's actually a loss. It's a loss to your defense. As frustrating a player he is, as imperfect of a player as he is. So if he does leave, they're gonna have to spend some money elsewhere. They're gonna have to go out and sign a corner, sign somebody that could play nickel. Or address it in draft. I assume they would address it in free agency at least for their immediate need,
right?
And then maybe backfill in the draft. So it's gonna be interesting, bro. I still expect for them to make a late push to just to hold on to him.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like just from his standpoint, he going bag chasing, bro. He going bag chasing, and I think he just wants to be in just a different, environment. You know what I'm saying? Which I understand.
I just this is just the tea leaves, not even inside information, although obviously there is some, but just general tea leaves I've just had just really reading this whole situation. He's going to want to get paid, which he obviously 100% has a right and entitled to get. There are going to be teams out there that are going to be interested in him, in this market. And I think it's going to get to a potential point where, and I'm not saying there's 100% chance that he's like gone. Like there's a chance that he could be back,
Mhm.
but his price point and his price tag just seems like it's going to be to the point so high that the Saints aren't going to be able to get to there. Not too different from where they were last year. Different situation. He was coming off injury, what have you. But with Paulson Adebo with the Giants last year, right? Like the Giants came out and like ain't no way the Saints were going to even get remotely close to what the Giants paid Paulson Adebo. And I think like it's trending for like the Alontae Taylor situation to be similar. And I know, teams that are interested in him. I know the Bears are interested in him, reuniting with Dennis Allen, whatever. I know that the Jets are interested in him, which isn't too surprising. A little bit, I guess, a little bit in terms of like, Aaron Glenn, defensive back, aggressive defensive back. Something that I would keep my eye out on. Not that I've heard this, but in my head, I'm like, okay, if the Bears are interested in signing Alontae, and let's say they hypothetically they were to sign him, then what happens to Kyler Gordon? Who I would argue is, in terms of a slot corner, albeit injuries, is a much better like slot corner, like a pure slot corner than Alontae is, right? Mm-hmm. Again, aside from injuries. Dennis Allen didn't draft Kyler Gordon. He inherited Kyler Gordon, right?
Right.
So if they sign Alontae, if I'm the Saints, I'm calling the Bears because Kyler Gordon is not an outside corner. I'm calling the Bears and say, Can we get Kyler Gordon?
Well, bitch, bro? What can we work out? And that's another thing, bro. Like tradable assets, like there are going to be players on the trade. I think Minka Fitzpatrick saw a report today that like he's available. Mm-hmm. I haven't looked at him recently. Like, is he playing the slot or is he like at safety now? Like he's more of a like I don't know what he's doing these days. Like, but like there will be players like that out there that are like cap casualties or tradable assets that the Saints can look at. So, and they gonna need to fill that hole, bro.
They will. When you look at this free agency class, I'll ask you this because this was brought up to me. I'm gonna preface this by saying you know how I feel about AJ Brown. You know like how I potentially feel about him as a player. But if I were to tell you, what if it cost 2 day 3 picks to trade for AJ Brown? Let's say 2 4th-round picks. So acquire AJ Brown from the Eagles.
That's a no-brainer to me.
Nigga, I said what? I felt like the Chappelle skit where it's like you go to the strip club and it was like of course I did it. It's a $2 lap dance.
That's a no-brainer to me, bro. But that also made me wonder, like, damn, it must be really bad behind the scenes. Damn, like,
bro, is Howie willing to maybe take 2/4 to get rid of AJ Brown? Like, shit.
Howie don't take no L's, bro. He do not take L's. That probably make me hang up the phone, like, 2/4.
Like Howie's like,
Howie. Nah, nigga, you ain't getting me.
Just and again, like I would, if that's a move that AJ Brown is gettable and attainable in free agency, and he isn't. If you don't need to trade a first for him, trade a second for him, you get AJ Brown for multiple day 2 picks, bruh. Mm-hmm. All over that. Twice on Sunday.
Yeah, but a lot of teams gonna be on that though. Like,
bro. It's gonna be the pay. But here's the thing, bro. Like it's the Patriots being in it, Buffalo being in it, Baltimore being in it. Then if you're Howie, like, but which one of these dumb teams gonna be picking higher? Then exactly. We win. Whoop.
That's true. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Trying to think. The running backs are interesting. I know it was reported out that the Seahawks aren't expected to tag Kenneth Walker, which I found surprising. Still 50-50 if the Jets are going to tag Breece Hall or not. Someone who's like just underrated, and if you watched our GM simulator episode, you'll like who's a restricted free agent. So the Ravens would be able to match the contract, but I just don't know if they would. Man, that Keaton Mitchell, like decided him to like an offer sheet, just adding like another element of juice to the team.
I like that.
Would be like one of those like underrated moves that could have big dividends later down the road.
Absolutely, I like that move. Kenneth Gainwell, that's another one. I was watching some of his highlights with the Eagles when he was with Kellen Moore that year, just to like see, like how do you look in Kelly Moore's scheme? And I mean, like he looked good. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked good, but he was playing behind Saquon Barkley, so it's like ain't nobody give a shit what Gainwell's doing when you got Saquon Barkley.
Not at all.
But that's one, that I don't expect him to blow, the money out the water. He's not going to be like in that first wave of running backs.
Nope.
That get signed. That's somebody I would look at, that could be like in that second wave of free agency that I think you can get for like a solid price. He's not like he wouldn't be a bell cow or nothing like that.
Nope.
But he would be a guy, and he also wouldn't prevent you from like, say if you wanted Love, you can still draft Love. You know what I'm saying? But I think he would bring you somebody where you'd be like, okay, I feel better about my running back room. Especially if you address guard also. You'd be like, okay, we got a little juice because he's effective in the pass game and the running game. So I mean, we'll see, bro. But they got some running backs in this. Rico Dowdle, they got a lot of Algier. Like even in the NFC South, bro, you could pick some NFC South running backs if you want. Try to hurt one of your competitors.
A lot of options in running backs, and then we talked about it earlier in terms of edge rusher, right? It's a very deep edge rusher market. Edge rushers always get paid. Always get paid. If I'm the Saints, and I don't know if Seattle's going to do this, but it wouldn't shock me if they did it. If they were to cut Uchenna Nwosu, who's been a draft pick of mine for years, he seems like someone that would fit perfectly into Brandon Staley's defense. I'd have to actually check and see. No, I don't think he was there. I don't think he was in Los Angeles when Staley was there. I don't think he was. But he's just a player that would fit perfectly into that system. I know we've also talked about Mafe as well.
Yeah.
Who
I'm just looking at the list. Like his list is ridiculous, bro. Like it is deep. And then you consider like, who just won the Super Bowl, just the waves of pass rushers that they have.
Waves, bro.
Like you could just see teams like, man, I'm about to try to get two pass rushers and just load up, just load up on pass. Because it's not like a lot of lead guys, but it's a lot of rotational, like good edge rushers that you can use in, in different situations and rotations and stuff. And like Greg Rosenthal was making a good point, like it's not a bad idea to bet on some of the OGs, like Bosa or what's my guy, Khalil Mack, guys like that. Like, yeah, they might be like expensive on like a 1-year deal, but like they're provable commodities. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get like a good 500 snaps, 600 snaps out of them. They're gonna get sacks, pressures, and be available for you. So that's like, I wouldn't even hate those type of moves for the Saints. I just don't want them doing nothing stupid like, dedicating like multiple year contracts to somebody towards the end of the career. But like they want to take like a 1-year stab at like a veteran that's like a proven commodity. Yeah, why not? You know what I'm saying? Let's see what you can get.
It's if they were to go that route, like that to me would probably signal that Cam Jordan wouldn't come back. Maybe. Like
absolutely.
I couldn't see it being him be back, and then they like were to add like I don't know, like a Joey Bosa or like a Khalil Mack or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I think Cam Jordan would be their first option in that, and I really do think like Cam Jordan's gonna be back. Like I think so too. I think it's just a formality at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like I think they're just gonna get that done. But still, I think you need more, bro. Like you need more.
Yeah.
Like we've seen with like Carl Granderson, like. One, like he was getting trade talk this past, trade period, and we've seen multiple years where his production just wanes, man.
Just disappears. It just drops out of nowhere. So, and like, I don't think that's a player where like you trade if like if someone's offering you a fourth right now.
Yeah.
But if there's like if a team's calling you like for maybe like a player to player trade as an example, that's something where I haven't heard this. I'm just giving an example. Steelers call or the Saints. Let's say Saints call the Steelers and say, "Hey, we'll give you Carl Granderson for Pat Fryermuth."
Ooh. And
I've
been wanting Pat Fryermuth for a long time, boy. You understand?
Pat Fryermuth, he's not a free agent, but I think he's someone who could be traded for a Cole Kmet, a whole DA connection again. Hey, this your guy, this your boy,
your man's.
Come get him, man. Someone who's just a free agent, bro. Like I would. Apparently, I don't know if he's like a great person, which is like I'd have to dig deeper because he had like a nasty assault a couple of years ago. But like Tyler Higbee, and like we're just talking about adding more on that foundation and building. Adding a player like Tyler Higbee with their bare tight end room, bro. Even they added like a Greg Dosage at this point, nigga. Like that is.
Can we get some Greg Dosage in here finally? Like that would just be like a circle moment, bro. Like,
bro, full circle, bro. Full fucking circle, bro.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But like the tight end, like we didn't mention it, bro. Like they don't have any tight ends outside of Juwan, bro. Like, Taysom is gone. Foster Moreau is gone. Jake Stoll is a free agent and barely contributed anything. What's his name? Mitchell, whatever. That was from the Ravens. Free agent.
Oh.
We got Moscato. And, who knows what he... So they don't have any tight ends, bro. Like, they need tight ends. And I think Kellen wants to run, like, a heavy... Like, to be able to run some of those heavy sets, like the Rams and the Seahawks and, and the teams. And you need tight ends, bro. You
gotta have the personnel, bro.
Gotta have the personnel, man. Gotta have it, man. So, like, whether that's trade for, like, Cole Kmet, Fryermuth, or paying somebody like Higbee, or... They got a lot of guys out there, bro. But they're going to have to, they will have to invest in the tight end position in free agency.
Free agency, the draft, it's a position that they're going to have to invest into. And that's not, and I'm not saying for them to go out there and, Isaiah Likely, a David Njoku, I was told pretty much like a player like this, like a player I was hoping that they could go after and sign is like a player like Chigo Konku, who's a free agent from the Titans, where it's just like, I asked like a month and a half ago.
Oh man,
I don't.
And I bet it's that stupid Juwan contract, man. Oh, they don't want.
Well, I don't even know it. I didn't even got it from the perspective of like them not wanting to pay two tight ends like $8 million or $9 million. I just like Chig ain't gonna be looking like he's bro. He's like, I'm good, bro. But all that to say, they need to improve the tight end room, tight end, offensive line, running back, and then can we get away from this thinking? This is more draft as we try to wrap this up. Like someone was just going on this. Was it the Matt Harmon? It was no, I don't forgot. It was some mock draft, and then someone on Twitter was like, blah 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 blah, like Bailey. I'm like, are we saying that the Saints shouldn't draft a wide receiver at 8 because they have Devon Bailey on the team? Bailey, bro. Who was like wide receiver like 4 for the Broncos last year? Almost was cut. Was nearly like essentially was going to get cut, and this is not me trying to like rag on him as a player because obviously like the connection with him and Shuck, it was tangible. We saw all of that, but he's also like an older player who has injury, like who's been injured, has chronic knee issues, and he's also like he's going to be 29
this year, bro. He's just not a part of your future. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's somebody you look at like, year to year. Like, okay, We got Valet? Cool. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. Like we keep going.
Let's keep going, baby.
The people like, they should, I'm okay with them drafting like Love and drafting like other offensive positions, but like not wide receiver at 8 because they have Devon Bailey. What?
Like what? You just got like when I look at the wide receiver room, I'm like, y'all got Chris Olave.
That's it, nigga.
That's it. That's how I look at it. Like everything else is like fluff to me. Like Jalen Polk and Valet, and these guys have almost no production to even put on like the screen right now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just not enough. It's not enough. So they need a lot, bro. I don't want to hear nothing about no Valet, no Polk, Trey Palmer. I don't even know who else. Like, do we even have any? Ronnie Bell? Shit.
Mason Tipton, your favorite.
Get out of here, damn Mason Tipton.
I had to get my Mason Tipton joke in. Anyway,
we played like 17 games, and I can't even think of like a play. I can't think of like one play where I'm like, remember that Mason Tipton play?
At least Alontae Pettis, even though he fumbled, bro.
Man, spin move was a great play.
We was going.
Shit, I remember Torrey played. Torrey wasn't even on the squad for 99% of the season. I remember his play. I can't tell you nothing Mason Tipton did, bro.
He caught Tyler Shuck's first preseason touchdown, bro.
Preseason. I remember that. I remember preseason. Preseason animal.
Regular season, is he like the new light skinned version of like Emmanuel Butler, bro?
Yes, the new Emmanuel Butler, man. Every year.
Anyway, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We understand, it's been a while. Not a while, but like, it was a combination of Mardi Gras and what have you. Like we had an episode last week, but we didn't have a Prospect of the Week episode last week. Tentative to have a Prospect of the Week episode this weekend, only because like this is I'm essentially going to be gone from home next week at the Combine, which I'm very grateful for. But I really want to focus on the time I have with my family and spend time with everyone before I'm gone for a week. So I want to kind of maybe use this weekend to 100% be focused on them. So maybe not a Prospect of the Week episode this week either, but that's still tentative. But all of that said, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Like again, without y'all guys' support, we wouldn't be able to continue to build upon this. All that to say, like it is not, and I'm not usually the person to do this, but like, bro, what we put in is we put in a lot of ourselves. So if you are a fan of our podcast, and want to truly support us and for us to continue to build and go how things have gone, please, if you have the means to, patreon.com/SlinksBlockParty, literally $1 a month or, $13, can cover you for the whole year. If you're more of a YouTube kind, you can become a YouTube member for as low as $4.99 a month. It truly does go like a long way because like we're not a business like the NFL or like Yahoo or like whatever, where if we're going to these events, like the company is paying for it. Like if I'm going to the Combine or what have you, like that is coming. That is not coming from NFL.com money. Like I'll just keep it like that. So we appreciate y'all. We love to continue to have like these opportunities to continue to bring, fantastic content to everyone who listens to our show and supports us and, just wants good, objective, honest Saints content, because that's what we pride ourselves on doing. But all that said, love y'all. We got up to 31 concurrent viewers. I think we had like 45 earlier, 194 views as we wrap this up. We'll be back maybe this weekend for Prospect of the Week, but if not, we'll be back next week. I'll be live from Indy, catching up on all the things Combine related, all that and what have you. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. With that, we are out.